In today's snake rescue video, we will be treating a boa that was surrendered to us after the owner couldn't afford veterinarian care any longer. This boa is in pretty bad shape, guys, and upon arrival, Kevin could already tell this animal was crashing fast. And remember guys, this video is highly edited, and it only serves as an educational tool that may help keepers identify problems with their snakes before it becomes this severe. Contact a local veterinarian the moment you think your snake's health is declining.
We had a snake that we got. So the first thing is, you want to put it in a bin where you can visually observe the animal. And I was watching little mites walk all over the snake. So this little thing is, it will kill insects in close proximity. It doesn't do really a great job at killing the eggs. So this animal definitely has mites on it. So there's mites under the scales. All right. And now why we got woof. All right, this is, you're gonna be a doozy. No tongue flicking. Snake is just, oh goodness gracious. Okay. Wow. All right, I'm not gonna sit here and say this is a guarantee. This animal's already starting to check out. So let's see what we can do. All right, so we got water here. This feels warm. It feels like I think it would be comfortable for a snake. So let's just try to shoot, 90 degrees, 92 degrees, something like that. I think that's about right. So the next thing when we do a snake rescue is, you've assessed it. Okay, so maybe you got some mites. Maybe you don't have mites. Well, let's look. Let's actually look at the hydration. Okay, so this animal's in a state of dehydration, so we're suboptimal. Okay. Put it in slowly. Sometimes that change in temperature from room temperature to this warm water can make an animal panic. Okay, so I always talk about water level about halfway up the body. So the water is going to help hydrate the animal. So immersing it where it's in constant contact with clean, warm water is a good idea. We're going to get this animal back up to a hydrated state. Hydration is key. You cannot expect an animal to feel good or to be inclined to ever eat or whatever in a state of dehydration. Plus also what it does is it beats on the kidneys. And as animals age, like, reptiles, lizards, and snakes, their kidney function as they get elderly starts to really get challenged. And a lot of times these animals will go into, kidney failure. Certainly we see with cats and dogs and whatever. But if I were to... All right, we're gonna do a snake rescue. What's a snake rescue? Well, we have a large facility, we have a retail store, we get lots of rescues. My friend rescued this animal. It's just in a situation where the actual owner of this animal had been working on this animal, bringing it to a vet. This has actually had veterinary care, I found out. And even with all that care, it was still hard to kind of get control of what's going on. So the animal was given up to adoption, for adoption. I got the animal because the person brought it to me who normally adopts animals out and said, hey, we're thinking about maybe we need to euthanize this. And I'm like, well, give it to me and let's see if I can do something with it. This animal, I don't really know what has actually happened to it, but as soon as you look at this animal, you're going to be like, whoa, that's a doozy. I've got no nostrils. So the nostrils are basically so damaged, and the end of the upper mandible, it's gone. So we've diminished the whole look of this animal. It almost looks like an elephant trunk snake. But I want to get the shed off its face. And the reason why it actually has a shed on its face but nowhere else on the body is because its face is so injured mechanically, so there's a lot of pain, and the animal, when it was going around to try to get rid of its shed, it can't rub its face, probably because its mouth hurts. Very thick shed. That might be that's two sheds. So it's got this mask on it. There we go. So we're going to put this animal on antibiotics. Yeah, it's double shed right there. Yeah, see how thick that is? So one of the problems, actually, when a shed remains on a snake, it becomes a media for bacteria and fungus. And then the animal can start developing lesions. So this animal is very unhappy. That's a double shed. So as we're talking about, see right there? That's 2 sheds right there. That's a perfect media for bacteria and fungus. Bacteria can proliferate on that and then eventually cause all these skin lesions and fungal lesions on the snake. So that's a problem. So that's the lower jaw for the most part. Let's get rid of this top piece. Just 24 hours soaking in water really has benefited this animal. Let's do the pinch test. There we go. Right there. We were dehydrated before.
Good.
So that's better. But it's still, it may take days for it to reach proper moisture content of the animal. Yeah, you don't just give it a drink and it just magically gets better. They dehydrate slowly and they also hydrate slowly. There goes the eye cap. Oh, I see a little remnant of a nostril. Take it slow right over the eye cap. There you go. See how that comes up? Okay. Yeah, double eye caps right there.
Definitely can't see out of those.
Right there. So what my objective here is to actually help this animal, get this animal stabilize its health, so we get rid of an infection, so it has what we call mouth rot. So what happens is we have this bacteria that's evident and it's in the snake's mouth, and that bacteria is slowly eating some of the tissue, and it's any kind of necrotic tissue due to damage. As the animal's moving around its cage, push, it's damaging its tissue. Once the cells start dying or get damaged, the bacteria then gets an upper hand, and you start getting this slow erosion of healthy tissue into degraded tissue and necroses. So this is a povo iodine swab. I just want to take a look at the mouth. I got some stuff off it yesterday. Actually looks really better. So yesterday I was able to get rid of some cheese. Oh yeah, so right there you get that. Nah. So what this povo iodine is just going to do, this is just a topical, and it's antibacterial. Hi. I know. Your mouth doesn't want to open no matter what. Hi. I'm not going to push it too much. So actually, believe it or not, a lot of that, you're going to let go. Like that. So that animal is because I was just cleaning out its mouth, so it's very, very uncomfortable. And the animal's just reacting like that. I put a little bit of povo iodine in its mouth, so I think it's responding to probably this chemical in its mouth, and it doesn't really recognize the taste or anything. I know. So at the moment, this is about all I can do as far as mechanical attention to the trauma this animal has had. So now we put it on antibiotics, so we will weigh it. I'm going to put this on a good antibiotic and put it through that. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to, after getting hydrated, I want to get food into it. Remember, as the immune system kicks in, and you can only have a good immune response when the temperatures are correct and your husbandry is proper. So you want to keep it clean, you want to keep it warm, and you want to always make sure the water is very, very clean. And just changing that multiple different times. The frequency is really good because you want to lower the bacteria content of its dish or the water that it's soaking in. And you just want to keep this animal's immune system operating. So the least amount it actually has to deal with, the best. The antibiotics, the antibiotics are going to go in conjunction with its immune response, and the immune system of the animal with antibiotics should be enough to help it overcome this bacteria that is causing this erosion of that snake's mouth. Donnie, do you know this is almost a medical video?
It's almost.
Almost.
I don't think they can touch this one though.
Hey guys, just so you know, it's not like we're not trying to do those videos. We keep getting shut down. So this is about as passive as I can get to do a little snake rescue right here. But hopefully the end result will be fixing this animal, getting this animal to eat defrosted rodents, and then hopefully finding, what's his name? What's his name gonna be, guys?
Oh, a forever home for this guy?
Sylvester.
A Sylvester?
Sylvester.
Why?
I love Sylvester. It's a great name.
Okay.
Sylvester. Yeah, Sylvester. Sylvester's going to need a home. Sylvester is a jungle albino boa constrictor. It's a male. He's breedable, and believe it or not, I bet we could actually get Sylvester to a point where he could actually still breed and still have a fairly decent quality of life. But for right now, let's see if we can actually rescue him, get him straight. I am noticing a couple things. There are areas of edema all throughout here. I got edema on the throat, and I'm hoping a lot of this has to do with an ongoing bacterial infection. We have some type of possibly cellulitis, which is just a retained fluid in these pockets. I don't really know. I'm not going to push this guy through too much right now. Just kind of take it easy with him. He's been through a lot, but I do want to rescue him.
I gotta turn my camera on, dude.
You didn't turn your camera